It's election, election, election debates, election. It's, yeah, it's election, 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 debates, election, election. And it's all a little too much. And you kind of just want it to go away and move on. And when your emotions are getting the best of you, you can't perform at your best in parenting, in business, in whatever. Am I right? Yeah, me too. And that's why I'm going to give you 3 ways today to guard your heart more effectively during this time so that you can move through your day feeling lighter and less burdened by the heaviness of it all. Yes? How many of you, raise your hand, give me a little raise your hand if you have found yourself just feeling kind of burdened by the heaviness of it all. Thank you. Um, is that you? If you are watching on after the live is over, thanks so much for joining me. Make sure you leave some comments. I'll be back to answer your questions, respond to your comments. Give me some love. It helps us to engage here as a community today. We're going to speak life. Yes? Yeah. This is my reminder today to speak life. And I hope it can be yours too. Today, this is Free Friday. We're going to be free from stress, free from freaking out, free from all the negative, free to guard your precious heart, free to stay informed, and free to be wise. If this is resonating with you today, hit those buttons and let me know because I don't know about you, but I want to be wise right now. And the Bible tells us that wisdom comes from God. And so I want to seek after wisdom right now so that I can be wise. I don't know what's going on here with my cap today, but it's looking like a little misshapen. But who wants access to the notes that I'm going to be sharing with you today? I have those available for you. So all you need to do is just drop the word heart below. Now, welcome to you who are joining us on Instagram. I do have to admit you are in the cheap seats because you won't be able to get the written notes and all the other stuff if you stay here on Instagram. So join us over on Facebook over here so that you can grab all of that goodness. Okay, so yeah, just drop the word heart and I will share those written notes with you today. Yeah, don't keep this to yourself. I have a bonus gift for those of you who choose to do that. If this topic resonates with you, which I don't know how it couldn't, hit those buttons. Let me know. I know that you have some friends that could benefit from protecting and guarding their heart. So we're going to take a moment to do that, to tell them about it while I drink my water. What have you got in your water today? I've got my wild orange, my happy oil, cleansing my body and filling me with happiness. So, if you are new with us, my name is Amy Miller. I am a wellness advocate and a business coach that helps fellow SLPs and therapists in private practice make a bigger impact in the lives of their patients and set their business apart from the others and provide patients with solutions that address issues rather than just slap some band-aids on them. And we do this using our signature Spark method via our growth mindset coaching. This is Free Friday. This is our weekly series on Fridays to experience life more fully, more abundantly. Bonus if we can do this in natural ways, right? Now, we love to learn out loud here on Free Friday. So when we learn out loud on the broadcast, we use the hashtag Free Friday to explain whatever it is that's freeing your mind, whatever that aha moment is for you. You just share that. Just anytime you hear something that's really valuable to you, a new idea or a nugget you want to hold on to, just type in the words hashtag Free Friday and that tip that you're going to implement in your own life. We love to learn together in here. So are you ready? Actually, let's let's dwell on this for just a minute, because you know that you can't just bury your head in the sand with all of this, right? You want to stay well informed of current events. But you also don't want your thoughts to just run away with you and set you into freak out mode, right? So are you ready to just get a handle on those emotions over the next days, the next weeks? Yes. And at the end of today's video, I'll have given you some tools to put in your tool belt, and I'm going to ask you for a commitment. Is that okay? Yes? As I put on my chapstick this morning. Okay. So there's a famous verse in the Bible that says to guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. That's in Proverbs. Today, we're going to cover 3 P's that can help you move through this challenging time with grace. Okay, so let's dive in right here. Yes, I know. And we all want to be, more wise. Let's talk about how we can prepare our heart. Everyday challenges are going to come your way, and we've all been there before. You wake up with a little headache, the kids are fighting, the dog threw up on the carpet. You've got to get to your home office, and you realize you ran out of coffee, and now you've got to fix breakfast. Calgon, take me away, right? Sorry, some of you may not be old enough to understand that reference. But as much as you would like to retreat into like the warm, bubbly bath, if you don't get things under control pretty quickly, it's going to start looking like Lord of the Flies 2 in here. So what do you do to help point your mind and your heart in the right direction? You've got to start your day by pointing your heart and your mind in the right direction. So each morning, I like to start my day by spending some time setting up my heart. And there's a few practical things that I do that are more important than taking a shower or combing my hair. Without them, nobody would want to be around me anyway. And so the first things that I do is I spend time reading my Bible and praying. And of course, there's an app for that. So if you want to check that out, there's, I have my phone right here. There's the YouVersion app, literally YouVersion Bible. It's been a longtime favorite of mine. They're constantly making improvements, and recently they've added a prayer section that lets you keep track of your prayers. And they've also added this story section that's like a short guided devotional over a specific Bible verse each day. And to help organize your prayer life, I also like the Prayer Mate app. It's a distraction-free app that helps kind of bring up topics that you've entered in order to help you pray and stay on topic and kind of stay focused on that. You just swipe between different cards in order to move from one topic to the other. Another way that I do that, and I actually use all of these sometimes in one day. Sometimes I spread them out through the day, but I start with at least one of these to prepare my heart in the morning. But the other one I love is Soul Space. It's a meditation app that's been created to really anchor your thoughts to the love of God and the way of Jesus. And while most meditation is focused on emptying the mind, which can be helpful in moments of crisis and anxiety, but the goal of Soul Space is to really rid the soul of fear and stress by filling it with truth and with life. And this creates an opportunity for true and lasting wholeness. So these are some ways that you can really begin to prepare your heart. And these are some things that if you want to stay connected with us further after this, I have a couple of Facebook groups that you can be a part of. We have one that's called Spark Your Mind. It's for therapists in all disciplines in private practice so that they can collaborate, support each other during all the shifts that are happening. So if you'd like access to that, let me know. We also have another one that is specific to those who've been curious about doTERRA. They don't really have oils in their lives yet, or maybe they do, but they've never experienced doTERRA. And so it's a free Facebook group for those of you who want to know more about gathering information about essential oils. So those are available to you if you want to connect with us further after today. But let's talk about this second P. Let's talk about protecting your heart. So after you've set your heart in the right direction, it's time to find really some practical boundaries that will help protect it from the fiery darts that are going to come at you every day. And it's time for some kind of honest self-evaluation with that. Okay. So yeah, to begin with, what are the triggers in your life that sets you in the wrong direction? Is it posts that you're reading on social media? Is there a friend that sucks the life out of you? Do you get in a fight with your spouse every month around that certain time you're paying your bills? After you see that trigger, you can begin to find ways to protect your heart. So now I want you to write down 3 things that you can do to protect your heart during the times that it might normally get tripped. Maybe you need to find an app that helps you limit your time on social media, or maybe you need to find ways to limit your interactions with that friend, the black hole. Or maybe you need to see that you'll pay your bills in a few days, or maybe you can skip it this month. I'm just kidding. Maybe you can look at the calendar and see that you'll pay your bills tomorrow, so that today would be a great time to listen to an extra soul space or 12. Okay. And I want to speak a note here about protecting your heart to those of you who are high in empathy. You know who you are. I am not one of those people. So you may not find yourself in this situation, but I want to speak to you, to those of you who are high in empathy. You're really great at feeling what other people feel, and it's actually a gift. However, you can feel what others feel so much that it actually affects your own mental well-being, and sometimes even your own physical well-being. And so to those of you with high empathy, first, I want you to recognize that that's a gift. It's a gift that not everyone has. It's actually a talent that if you use it to your advantage in many ways, it can become a strength for you to be able to put yourself in someone else's shoes and feel what they're experiencing. But secondly, I want you to recognize that in certain circumstances, you're going to need to protect your heart even more than maybe some other people in your family or other friends of yours. So before going into that family situation, or going into that picking up the phone and turning it on and going into that, or before meeting with that black hole friend, use your oils before you do, and go back to that prepare your heart section to serve as a protective boundary around your heart. Now, as far as your oils go, some great options for you, specifically for protecting you in those circumstances. The first one may not surprise you, but it's On Guard, your protective blend of essential oils. That can actually literally just taking, I don't have any On Guard with me right now, but I'll show you with my grapefruit. Literally by taking that oil and just putting a drop in the palm of your hands, breathing that in, maybe even breathing that in while you're having that prepare your heart time with one of those apps. Also even applying it just below your rib cage, kind of in that soft spot, hollow spot between your rib cage and your flattened belly. Applying it right there with some carrier oil. That will really go a long way in helping your mind and body be and feel protected in going into that situation. Melaleuca, or commonly known also as tea tree, that's another one that's really great, or frankincense. Any one of those 3 would be great options to use if you are that high empathy person and you are starting to recognize that you need extra protection on your heart before you go into those circumstances. So how are we doing so far? Are you guys ready for the third P? Yes? So now we're going to purpose in your heart. Now, we like to say it's not enough to get rid of an old habit. You have to replace it with something new. And that's what this section is about, okay? Yeah. So a few years ago, Simon Sinek wrote a book called Start With Why. And in that book, he showed the difference between companies that tell you what their product is good for and those that show you why you want to use their product. Now, understanding why is also important for us as humans. If you have a strong purpose in your life, it will push you through the challenges that you face. So think about it. What if I told you that I would give you $50 and to earn it, all you have to do is carry something heavy around for 9 months. And the first 3 of those months, you're probably going to throw up every time you smelled your husband's socks or looked at the food in the morning. And then to graduate from the 9 months, you'd have to spend a couple of hours enduring some excruciating pain. Would you do that for $50? Heck no. Heck no. But would you do that to bring new life into this world? Yeah, women have been doing it for centuries. So what is the why that gets you out of bed each day? What is that thing that helps you endure struggles? Now, I can't figure that out for you, but I can tell you that it's a big deal and you should take some time to answer that question for yourself. So I'm going to repeat it again because I feel like it's worth repeating, but self-care is the new healthcare. So if you really want to be healthy in your life, then it's time to take some self-care in today. I don't know what's going on with this cap today, but I think we're going to have to reshape it. Yeah, so let's do a speedy recap here. In order to kind of manage these times and this news that's coming at us and all angles, we can't bury our head in the sand because we have to stay informed to be wise and make wise decisions. However, we've got to begin to prepare our hearts and to protect our hearts and then purpose in our heart so that we can move forward through these challenges. Now, I want to invite you to attend our upcoming strengths workshop that's going to be happening in a few weeks. This is for therapists who are spending time on draining activities instead of energizing ones. And what you're going to do at the end of this 90-minute workshop is you're going to walk away with a blueprint for setting your therapy practice apart by utilizing your specific unique strengths with those, and then branding those strengths on your business, and really beginning to just kind of work and hone in on those strengths. So if you want more information about that, you can just type in the word strengths below and I will get that information for you. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I will love seeing you back here next week. I love helping you and your family simplify your life with just 3 life essentials. You are worth the investment. I'll see you guys back here next week. Bye.